Hello everyone, I'm Sir Jason, and welcome to our lesson on mixing materials. Materials around us can be combined in different ways, and these combinations are called mixtures. In this topic, we will learn about solids, liquids, and gases and how they behave when mixed together. We will also explore different ways to separate mixtures and observe changes. By the end of this lesson, you will understand how materials can be mixed and separated.
Materials can exist as solids, liquids, or gases. Solids have a fixed shape, liquids can flow and take the shape of a container, and gases spread out to fill any space. These different properties help us identify and group materials. For example, sand is a solid, water is a liquid, and air is a gas. Understanding these states helps us study how materials behave.
Solids and liquids have different properties that we can observe. Solids keep their shape, while liquids can flow and be poured. Some materials are hard, soft, thick, or runny, and these properties help us describe them. By observing carefully, we can group materials based on their properties. This helps us understand how different materials behave in mixtures.
A mixture is made when two or more materials are combined but not chemically joined. We can separate mixtures using different methods based on their properties. For example, we can separate stones from sand by hand. Choosing the correct method helps us separate materials effectively. Understanding this helps us solve everyday problems involving mixtures.
Sometimes when a solid is mixed with a liquid, it dissolves and seems to disappear but is still present in the liquid. For example, sugar dissolves in water to form a solution. Not all solids dissolve, and this depends on the type of material. We can test different materials to see which ones dissolve. Learning about dissolving helps us understand changes in mixtures.
Filtering is a method used to separate a solid from a liquid. When we pour a mixture through a filter, the liquid passes through while the solid is left behind. This method is useful when the solid does not dissolve in the liquid. For example, sand can be separated from water using filtering. Understanding filtering helps us separate mixtures safely and effectively.
Materials can also be separated from rocks by breaking, sorting, or using simple tools. Rocks contain different materials that can be useful in everyday life. These materials are used in building and making objects we use daily. We can ask questions and investigate how to separate these materials. This helps us understand where materials come from.
In conclusion, materials can be mixed together and separated in different ways. Understanding solids, liquids, and gases helps us classify materials, while methods like dissolving and filtering help us separate mixtures. Observing and investigating materials allows us to learn more about their properties. This knowledge is important in science and everyday life. Thank you for joining this lesson and keep exploring how materials work.